Today I will be doing some tactics puzzles on chess.com. And on my Patreon blog, I wrote about that I'm going to be starting Woodpecker method, talking about the training protocol where I set of problems. Um, you can check out that post. I'll put a link down below. But one of the ways I'm hoping to measure my progress is by seeing how my .com tactics rating goes. So, with that, every week or so, I'm going to go ahead and some problems. Okay, so let's get started. And as always, we're going to try to explain what I'm doing. And I also want you to try, if you want to solve the problems yourself. So here is white to play. So let's take a look at what's going on here. We have uh, looks like we have this mutual attack on the queen. So, and otherwise, black has more material. So, if we find a way to resolve that. Now, one of the ideas I'm seeing right away is something like queen 7 threatening here. But I love black can just defend e7 with queen to c5. So, what other ideas have here? Where sometimes if there were some type of queen check, get the queen out of attack, take his, but it doesn't look like that's the case here. Well, let's say we did that queen to b7, and 5, bishop takes g8. That enough? Then white would be, well, black would just be up a pawn. Let's look for something better. Let's just take a look at rook takes c1. Then we would have d takes f3 check, king takes f3, and our bishop or our rook, the rook gets to safety. So that doesn't seem. Pawns are hanging. Take advantage. Yeah, I feel like queen 5 scores everything. Either want to account for that with something bigger threat, or try to find a way to take advantage. Take a look at this. That would just seem falling to me. Sometimes it's about inspiration, calculate. Need to be 7, 5. Do we have rook to c1? We are threatening me. Select this queen, then that would be good. Queen to b7, threatening mate, threatening the 5, e1 because the e7 is mate. So the queen has to stay on this diagonal. 6. And then rook to interesting. But then we have e7, protected by the rook. And then can we just go rook e7 here? But then we have to account about something. Well, after queen to b7, 5, rook to c1, black does have e5 check, forking queen, king here. Then he'd be up queen. So maybe. Okay, so let's look for some other alternatives. Actually, going back to this one more time, queen to b7, queen to c5 seems forced. And then what about rook to d1? About this d5 move here. One, with the idea that if, because this king is very vulnerable, rook to d1 instead of c, then the rook has to then play something like, for example, let's say rook to d1, rook to, so rook to e8, then we can play rook to 7. Now rook takes oppable. Actually, that's the solution. Oh yeah, let's try it, guys. Okay, so far so good. Now rook to c1 is a mistake because of rook to 5 check. So I actually think this is okay. That and take a look here before. Now, do I play rook to d8 here? Rook to d7. Rook to d7. It's rook to d7 because okay, that was a good one. Um, that one was rated around 2400, so decently difficult problem. I forgot to put my timer on. Go ahead and start that time. I took about 8 that last problem. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, and the only reason I use the timer is to here is white to play. Queen to h2 is just been played. And material is about even. We got pawn, rook, and a bishop for the queen. But let's see if there's a way to try to win. Okay, so here we can see rook to b3 check, king to c4. So the king would have to go to the e file. They're wondering if it gets a mating threat. Rook to b3 check. Let's say king to a4. So you go to king to a4 or a5. To a4. Then maybe just bishop to 7, threatening rook 3 mate. So key there though is that now after bishop to 7, white will have some checks. Rook to b3. Oh, actually, we just looking into your. We played bishop to e7 check first, so then we have to check king to c4 again. Actually, this looks like a very pretty mate here because if you play rook to c3 check, and after d takes c3, we have d3 mate. Actually, I think that is the solution. And of course, if he goes to the a file, we just play. Oh, that isn't mate. I think so. That shows you. Well, actually, we have this viewer now, but should have seen that. Sometimes have the right idea, but that's why we're doing this. We're trying to improve our calculation, our habits. The woodpecker method, though, is more about developing. It does develop the calculation at the other half of tactics. Okay, let's go to our next one here. Um, we black play queen stuck here in the corner. Black has just played bishop one, block the check on the king. So this king is looks like it's very vulnerable. There a way to break through. What I'm seeing here is the problem is we also have to be careful with on all these purely forcing. Make sure I'm okay against all of these checks. Check queen to c3 check, bishop to b forced. Imperial here. Imperial, we are down a rook. Are we just looking at perpetual check here? Queen. Oh, that black can unfortunately. Queen to b c3 check, bishop to 2. And I'd like to play a takes 3 because it takes b3. Of course, threatening mate on c2. Rook to 1 is mate. But we have these checks over here. Queen to c check, bishop to 2, then play f6. Checks here. Terrible. Well, after rook to check, we 7. Oh, okay. He cannot play rook to 1 on 3 at that. But is knight to f6 necessary? If I go ahead and play a takes b3 right away, I want to play, then okay, got no problem because 7 check, and after the key. So find or have to keep. Well, what other moves do we have then? We have queen to c check, safe check. Check, queen takes b1 check. Actually, the after queen to c check, bishop c2, we just have something like 5 protects f2 so that queen 7 check 7 for example. then uh, f7 is just protected by the knight. I can play, and then if yeah, does that work? Play something like f6 check and 7, like or check, and then we can't play that because I'm covering it. So that, but then what happens after B takes a 4? Then can I just play rook takes a4? Those are my options. I'm thinking, do I have to play knight to e4 first? Just seems passive. I think I have to play queen check first. Let's try it. Far so good. And like I said, I want to play a takes b3, but that's safe. I can play here. Oh, no, we can't. Well, I think I have to play knight to e5 because another threat is this trading off, and then knight to e5. That's wrong. Quite what it wanted. Try again. Knight, the knight to f6, working after queen 7 check. Take 8. Queen takes f7 check. Yeah, because then it's just checkmate here. Is it king to e7? Is that the move? All right, let's take a look. Okay, king to c check. Okay, a takes b3 right away. Well, seems a little odd. I think after this, doesn't he? Oh, I see. Winning rook. Okay. Okay, a little temporary blindness. All this. Okay, about 7 in the morning, so partly not quite as sharp this. Okay, I should white to play. They're down piece for a pawn. This check right away is fairly safe. So try to calculate it out, and that's knight takes f7, f6 check. Then let's say king f7. Actually, before we calculate, let me just relevant here. This guy's hanging. Get our queen here. We've got also have this check. Well, here we have queen to d8 check, and it goes squares. Then we have takes f6 check. If on g7 it goes back to 8. I'm going to find a forcing line here. Queen to d8 check, king to f7, for example, takes f6 check, goes to g8, it transposes to the other line. D8, pick up this pawn too. Check, 7th rank pawn. That's fairly strong. Always looking at any way to win pieces. Quite yet. So let's go back to knight f6 check. And if the king goes to f7, what is the follow-up? So knight takes 7. Bring this. No, it's not quite the forcing continuation that we problems. I mean, we could also bring our queen f4, threatening discovery. Well, both seem attractive. Back. Well, queen to d8 check, king to f7. We actually have knight to 6 check, which would no, the king would have to go, I believe, 7 or 6. Goes to g7. Then we can follow up with knight to check. The idea of if the king moves out to say 6, we have queen takes f6 check. Very dangerous at that point. But if it goes to queen to d8 check, king f7, knight to 6 check. But what if we went to g7? Went to g7, we could actually play our queen to e7 check. Then king goes to 6th rank. We have queen check there. I think that's going to lead to checkmate. Actually, both of those seem attractive enough to try it. Okay, and Steve, after this knight check, I just want to calculate. Goes to here if he goes to 6, then play queen to 8 check. Then if it goes to if it goes to 6, then I can f7 check, then 5, and where's me? Okay. Okay. Another 2400 rated problem. Bad. Couple more. Or I think one more. 5 today. Well, here we have knight to f4, pretty strong. Plays 3, then I take this knight first. Takes with the rook I fork. If once we move king, then moves his king. Can I just attack his knight? Knight goes to a. Knight can go to a2. Rook takes 1. There. His king moves to f1. Then can I also? Well, maybe can I just play knight to? Oh, maybe I can just play my knight 3. Tries to stay protecting the knight. Then I can attack it. So knight to f4. Okay, just expected. Okay, very simple. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I thought that was some interesting problems there. We got 4 out of 5. Why we were missed one that we did. And I'm going to go do some woodpecker problems. But if you want to find out about my little research project, check out the link down below. Follow my journey there. And over here, you can see some more tips about solving tactics problems. Okay, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.